Om Tat Sat. Welcome to Gyan Bhakti. We focus on spirituality, Vedanta, and Sanatana Dharma. Please subscribe our channel for mystical meanings of these holy scriptures and daily satsang. Our humble prostrations to the all-pervading Brahman, our worshipful Guruji, Swami Jyotirmayananda Ji Maharaj, all sages and scriptures, and to the divinity in each of you. We are currently exploring the scripture Mysticism of Mahabharata. Commentaries by Sri Swami Jyotirmayananda Ji and narrated by myself, Swami Nikhilananda. So today we are starting a new episode of Mahaprasthan Parva. We are getting close to the end now of this mysticism of Mahabharata, which we have been continuing for some time now. After hearing Arjuna's account of his meeting with Sage Vyasa, Yudhishthira and his brothers all agreed that it was time for them to depart. They concluded their affairs in the kingdom, made Parikshat, the grandson of Arjuna, the ruler of the kingdom of Hastinapur, and Vajra, a descendant of Krishna, the ruler of the kingdom of Indraprasth. Then, after saying goodbye to all their subjects, the 5 Pandavas, followed by Draupadi and their pet dog, left their kingdom and embarked on a pilgrimage of no return. In those days, people adopted methods of bringing about their own death that are not commonly employed in the modern world. Some people just entered into meditation and samadhi and willed their spirit to depart from the body. As we saw, this was the method adopted by Bhishma, Vidura, Balram, and others. Some, like the Pandavas, chose to fast until death. Thus, without taking any food or water, they began a journey that was to be their final exit from the mortal plane. Their plan was to walk around their kingdom by heading to the east, the south, and the west, and then to turn to the north for an ascent up the Himalayas. On the eastern part of the journey, they encountered the fire god, who asked for the return of the Gandiva bow that he had given to Arjuna. Reluctantly, Arjuna relinquished that weapon by casting the bow and the arrows into the sea. After heading west and south, the Pandavas turned to the north and began climbing quickly, with their minds concentrated on the objective of casting off their physical bodies. Suddenly, Draupadi faltered and fell, and Bhima asked Yudhishthira, "How is it that Princess Draupadi has fallen?" Yudhishthira said that in a subtle way she favored Arjuna more than others, and that partiality made her fall. As they continued, the next to fall was Sahadeva. Again Bhima asked, "O king, how is it that Sahadev has fallen?" And Yudhishthira replied, "Sahadev had a subtle intellectual pride, and he thought he was more intelligent than others." Then Nakula fell, and Yudhishthira explained to Bhima that his younger brother was too proud of his looks. Nakul had been well known as the most handsome person of his time, and because of that, when the Pandavas were departing for the forest, he had to cover his body with ashes and mud in order to hide his identity. Thus, it was subtle pride about his physical beauty that led to Nakul's fall. The next to fall was Arjuna. Everyone had heard him boast that he could destroy the entire Kaurava army in a single day, and that subtle pride about his valor was Arjuna's defeat. Finally, Bhima himself began to stagger and said, "Before I fall, please tell me about my greatest defect." And Yudhishthira said, "You have subtle pride in your physical strength. Because you were endowed with God with the power of 10,000 elephants, you always thought you were the mightiest person in the world and could do anything." Thus, one by one, Draupadi and each of the brothers fell to the ground, and as they did so, their spirits left their physical bodies and ascended beyond the planes of human reality. Yudhishthira and his dog then found themselves alone, ascending the steep slopes with increased concentration and determination. Finally, Yudhishthira reached the heavenly world, and Indra appeared with an aerial car to carry him within. "O Lord," said Yudhishthira, "how can I come with you when my brothers and wife have fallen, and I don't know what has become of their souls?" Indra replied, "They are already in heaven, waiting for you. Come, enter this aerial car." Yudhishthira agreed. saying that his dog should enter first. Apparently horrified at that idea, Indra said it was impossible for an impure creature like a dog to enter heaven, and he must be left behind. Holding firm, Yudhishthira refused to relinquish the dog and asserted that he would rather forego heaven than abandon his faithful pet that had followed him all the distance. Jai Shri Krishna. With this, we conclude today's episode, and we'll continue this in tomorrow's satsang. Om Tat Sat.